and welcome back to the series. You see there, we are ranked 27th overall, 20th in contact, 16th in power, 26th in pitching, 26th in defense, 7th in speed. We looked to uh, we looked at the trade block a little last time. By little, I mean pretty much the entire thing. So we're just gonna get right into it. It's gonna be against Paul Skeens. I'll I'll skip this part, but I'm gonna talk when the game gets here. Like I said, I'll just kind of I'll try to make this one a little different. I'll talk about my baseball experience in life and why the Red Sox are my favorite team and just some other baseball stuff in this series over the game. Just have a little fun podcast talk time, you know. And okay, the menu stuff is out of the way. Well, there's our first game. First game coming into the season. I've loved baseball from a young age. There was a time I didn't want to play baseball because I felt like a lot of times my dad just threw me into it without even asking me if I wanted to play. But that was just the one time. And then I pretty much enjoyed it the rest of my life. I think I've talked about in the Rooster series before how I really miss playing. I really do. There's no men's league around where I live. There's the commentators that are muted. At least they show it here now, though. Not like in the middle of the game where I have to edit it out. But those are going to be our leaders. Xavier Edwards, JD, Xavier. JD's not going to be our leader for long because he's going to be traded to a winning team. Although we are projected 4th right now with the moves we made, so that's pretty good. But anyway, I love baseball. I miss playing baseball. Although my fat butt probably couldn't run very much anymore. In fact, I go for walks/jogs, and I jog for like 30 feet, and I'm gassed, like almost immediately. I'm not like fat, but I'm like kind of fat. Let's be real. But I will say, if there was a men's league around me that started, I would 100% go crazy and get in shape to play. I miss baseball. I used to pitch, play first base, outfield. I'm left-handed, but I bat right. Don't see that often. I can bat left. I actually have more natural pop left-handed than I do right-handed, but I have better contact skills batting right-handed over left-handed. So it's give and take. Like if I batted solely right-handed, I mean I've got power to the gaps. Like I'm very much an up the middle hitter when I play. Like from left center to right center is kind of like my power zone. That's where I hit the ball mostly. Because I was always taught you hit the ball back where it came from. But I tried to make sure I didn't hit the pitcher.
Runner!
We're kids, and you don't want to smack a line drive into your friend's head when you're like 12. Not a great thing to do. So I was gap guy. I mean, I could hit home runs right-handed, but I was very much more a doubles guy right-handed. Left-handed, I struggle to make contact, but when I do, the ball can go a very, very long way. fact, I mean, maybe I shouldn't use those bats, but I sometimes help my stepdad break in his senior softball bats because he plays like senior softball like for like what is it, 64, 65 now. Is is the group he plays in? But I'll sometimes bat left-handed because we don't have a net. Tosses me the ball, we don't have a net, and left-handed it's easier for me to pull the ball. And senior softball bat's not meant for me, but I've hit balls well over like 300. I mean, again, it's a softball. I know it flies easier than a baseball, but I've hit softballs left-handed like well over 330 feet for a bat that's not meant to be used by someone who is 28 years old. Well, yeah, So I pitched two. I threw a two-seamer. I threw a two-seamer slash sinker, kind of like Sandy here, my pitcher. I threw a four-seam slash cutter because I had the four-seam grip, but it would cut a little bit because it's just my natural movement on the ball. So I had that. I threw a what they call a knuckle curve. I threw it with my knuckle. Like, I remember one time me and my friend, it was like 14, 15-year-old baseball. We were talking about pitches we don't understand. I'm like, I don't understand a slurve. Like, how could it slide and curve at the same time? I guess now what, a slurve is pretty much a sweeper? Right? I think that's how it is. And he showed me, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And he was like, I don't understand a knuckle curve. How is a knuckleball supposed to curve? A knuckleball is not supposed to move at all. I was like, oh no. See, a knuckle curve is when you, instead of taking your two fingers and throwing a curveball, you throw it off the base of your knuckle.
That's a ball.
And I just wrote the pitch clock because I was using my hand signs, like you can see them, to show you how to do it. Anyway, I threw one of those and I threw a circle change up. Well, I struck out a lot of people. In 13 to 15-year-old league where I live, you only play 7 innings, and I think my highest in 7 innings was like 13 strikeouts. Oh yeah, I thought I was a pretty good pitcher for my age bracket. Was it good enough to was my hitting or pitching good enough to make my high school team? Apparently not, even though the high school coaches never even tried me out as a pitcher. And I told them every year when I was still going to regular high school, I was like, hey, I can pitch. Also, in this series, I will use the guest pitch feature. I'm only really going to pick fastball, but I'm going to use it just a little bit every once in a while. Oh, I forgot to change the settings from my whatchamacallit. Create a player. Because, I set it down to the easiest settings to get my create a player to the majors as fast as possible. Get the most XP. Just hit a home run every at bat because the minor league stats don't matter. So you hit a home run every at bat, you get a bunch of XP, and then by like end of May, you're like a 70 plus overall, and you can make the majors. So, with that being said, because that's a base hit on that, I will give myself an automatic out here.
Out.
Forgot to change it, so we'll give myself an automatic out. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, high school, I told the coaches plenty of times. Hey, I can pitch too. You want me to come to pitching tryouts after this?
Yeah.
They
0-1's the count.
Never brought me in. Not saying I'm not saying I was the greatest pitcher. I thought I was good, but I know there was I don't know where I was swinging with that. I know there was definitely a lot better than me. In fact, there was a kid in my choir class at the time who was a couple grades in front of me. I think when I was a freshman, I think he was a junior. He He got drafted by the Rangers right out of high school. So I definitely was not that good. But
0-1.
and there was definitely better hitters than me too. But I felt like I was a pretty good hitter too. But you know, I never made the team. And I had a kid one time during tryouts come up to me and said
0-2.
the coaches wanted him to tell me that the reason I wasn't making the team
3.
was because I was hitting too many line drives. I needed to hit the ball on the ground more. Too many line drives was the reason I was not making the team.
Leading off for the Pirates, first baseman
I'm gonna
Spencer Horwitz.
call a little BS on that. I think it was because, I'm gonna be honest, I hated my high school. And looking at all the sports teams, there were definitely even like basketball, football stuff. There were kids on that team who probably shouldn't have made it on any of those sports teams, but because the parents from my town were kind of rich and kind of donated to the schools and stuff and whatnot, and how the fuck, Edwards, you suck. Sorry about the cuss. I'll cut that out. But their parents are kind of rich from my town, and they donated money, and probably how they got on the team. And my family wasn't really rich. We were kind of middle class, and we couldn't do that. And you know, all the other kids, they had these great, quote-unquote, professional trainers in the off-season. So I think that's another reason I made the team. And that's a homer. Like I said, I'm not saying I was the greatest out there, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm the best kid. Why are you not putting me on the team? No, I was definitely not the greatest, but I felt like I was good enough to at least make the JV squad, and I never even made the JV squad. Because apparently I hit too many line drives. So yeah, I don't know.
That's a ball.
I also don't think we're gonna win this game.
Counts 1-0.
So yeah, that's a little bit of my baseball history. You know, I grew up, and still live in Washington.
ball
I've been
two.
to plenty of Mariners games, but you know, I enjoy them. I enjoy going to games, but you know, as mentioned plenty of times before, the Rooster Series, Red Sox are my IRL favorite team. I mean, I watched baseball when I was younger, but I didn't really start to understand it till I started playing it when I was around 7, 8. And, well, when I was 8, in 2004, Boston Red Sox won their first World Series in a very long time. And that's when I first finally started to understand baseball. I was like, man, these are my guys. This is my team. Although I do remember watching baseball, like I said before that, like the 2001 World Series, Yankees versus Diamondbacks. Like I think it was their only like 5th year of existence, winning the World Series over the New York Yankees. That was fun to watch as a kid. I remember watching those final innings and bringing in Mariano Rivera, and my uncle is going, oh great, here comes Mariano Rivera in the 8th. Looks like the Yankees are winning again, and the Diamondbacks said, not today. And they won. which is one reason I think he was cheering for the Diamondbacks is one, it's the Yankees, and he doesn't like the Yankees. Or he didn't like the Yankees. Because he has unfortunately passed. But two, he is one of those guys who, of course, unless it's A-Rod, if you played for the Mariners at one point in your career, he will still cheer for you. Of course, if you were going against the Mariners per se,
Now batting.
he would say, "Boo, you go Mariners." But he was. I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit on these settings too. Oh, I can't while in the game. That's great. But he was one of those guys who Randy Johnson got traded. He was still cheering for him because he was a Mariner and he liked him. Like I said, unless he was going against the Mariners, or unless they were A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, he would boo you no matter what. I don't know. Red Sox have been my team since I was like 8. And in fact, I create them sometimes when I just go. I create myself and every player gets a 99 overall. I sometimes do that just for fun by myself. If you want to ever see a series like that, let me know and I will do it. But I remember one time on an old baseball game, it was I don't even think it was called The Show. It was just called MLB 2006 on PSP. I love my 3DS, in my opinion. PSP, the greatest handheld console ever made. Even over like a Game Boy Advance or even a Game Boy Color. Sorry. That's just my opinion. I really, really loved the PSP. But there was a guy because they didn't have franchise mode on there. I think they just had season. And there was a season where there was a guy I signed out of free agency that was randomly created named Garrett Singer. And man, was he good. He was really good. And so a lot of times when I create myself for the Red Sox and put me on there, I make him too as the third baseman, and that's fun. That's just a little history thing for baseball for me. But I don't know if I'm gonna hit Paul Skeens. I don't know if I'm gonna hit Paul Skeens, man. Hall of Fame difficulty at 102. I might need to lower the difficulty down. Yeah, we're gonna go down one slot. I'm gonna go All-Star. Because I don't think I'm gonna get a hit at all off of Paul Skeens.
First baseman, Joey
I love Red Sox ever since Big Papi. He's probably my favorite Red Sox of all time.
0-1.
If he stayed with the team, I might have said Johnny Damon, but then he went to the Yankees, and the Yankees, which is one of my two teams.
No balls, 2
I
strikes.
will never root for in baseball. The Yankees and the Dodgers. What am I swinging at? Yankees, a little different reason from the Dodgers, though, and they have let up a little bit. And that is, I think I've said it before as commentator for the Roosters. But if you haven't, my big thing with the Yankees is it's 2025 now, and I know they laxed a little bit. They're gonna have clean beards now, but like it's 2025. If a man wants to have long hair and a big bushy beard, then they should be able to do it. They can have a clean shaven beard, which is a step in the right direction. But like
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know. If a man wants to look that way, they can look that way. If they want to honor the old Yankees rule where it's, shorter hair, clean shaven, everything, that's completely fine too. If you want to honor the heritage of the team, I am okay with that. Absolutely. But I also think They should just, even with the clean beard, just take it away entirely and let them choose how they want to look. Like if Aaron Judge wants to come
The
in
count
with
is
a
full.
big old afro, Aaron Judge should have an afro if he wants to. Now I don't think he would look good with an afro, honestly. But hey, man, if he wants to have an afro, he should be able to have an afro. And wow, fighting back and a home run. But that's my opinion. And the Dodgers is just, I know someone might in the comments say, well, you know, every team has the opportunity to spend. And yeah, you're right. But just because a team can spend doesn't mean they get the choice to. Because, you know, like if I remember correctly from the Shohei Ohtani sweepstakes, I think the
0-1's
Blue
the
Jays
count.
came out and said, or the Giants came out and said they offered the exact same deal as the Dodgers. But Ohtani didn't even look at it. It was straight Dodgers. Same with Roki Sasaki. He's like, I don't want to go to a big market team when I'm covering over this year. Haha, just kidding. Dodgers. Oh crap. I'm going back up to Hall of Fame. I thought I was struggling with back-to-back home runs just like that. Ooh. But yeah, Dodgers are the reason there needs to be a salary cap and a salary floor. So I know some people say, well, you know, gotta have a salary floor is better to make other teams spend, and you're right. But you need a cap too. But the NBA has a cap. The NFL has a cap. The NFL or the NBA also has a floor. And you know, it makes teams have to spend, otherwise they get penalized. And you know, you look at the NFL and you look at the NBA, and even with the salary floor and caps,
Leading off for the
it's not like the players aren't getting paid. Like I think that's one of the big things that the Players Association for MLB, they're like, well, you know, we want our players to get paid what they're worth, which understandable, but none of those things impact how much a player is paid. Like if we look at the NBA, like
Whoa, that's down.
I have been a fan of Bradley Beal his entire career. I like Bradley Beal. He's a good player. He's an all-star caliber player. Maybe not like someone who should be leading your team, like the best player on your team.
One
But
ball,
if he is your
2 strikes.
secondary star, like your second option, because you know he's made the All-Star team a few times. It's perfect. That's what he is. He is the second. He's the
That's ball
secondary
2.
star on your team, in my opinion. But he's making like $50+ million, and I don't think he's worth that. In fact, a lot of the teams, when he became a free agent a few years ago, before Washington signed him, they didn't think he was worth that much. But Washington overpaid to keep him. And hey, man, get your bag. But he's not worth $50 million. But he got paid. He's still making a lot of money. And that's what happens with the NFL too. You know, they got a salary cap, they got to move money around, but still doesn't mean players get played. I mean, look at my stepdad's favorite NBA or NFL team, the Cowboys. They spend their money bad, but Dak Prescott has now got paid twice. They paid Ezekiel Elliott,
0-1.
Pollard. Maybe players they shouldn't be paying, when they should be paying like CeeDee Lamb and some of their younger wide receivers. But like, like they're getting paid. The salary cap and floor is
Got him.
not hurting them getting money, and it won't hurt MLB either. It would just make sure
Now
the
batting.
Dodgers
Joey
don't
Bart.
hoard all the damn talent. You know, they would have to be like, okay, we gotta play smart about this. And plus, it would incentivize, like I said, those lower spending teams to spend more and be active. I'm not saying every team should be out there going for Juan Soto, because, I mean, Juan Soto is going to have his pick of teams, but, like, I think what? This offseason, the Oakland A's gave out their biggest contract ever. I guess they're not Oakland anymore. The Athletics. Just the Athletics. They gave out their biggest free agent contract ever to Luis Severino. And then
Nope. Ball one.
I think it was a few years ago the Rays did that with Zach Eflin. It's like spend a little more, you know? To be fair, Oakland did. They spend or not because they're Oakland A's, god dang it. Not the Athletics. But the Athletics. They did spend a little more, like we saw on the free agent. They did extend Lawrence Butler, who honestly, great move by them. I think he's going to be a career all-star player at the minimum.
Now batting. The first baseman.
He could pop off and be go MVP mode, get up there. I don't know if he'll get that far, but I can definitely see, Lawrence Butler being a multiple-time all-star player because he's just that good, you know? But, going back to, going to Mariners games, it's a little sad when in an off-season, Oakland, or formerly known as Oakland, spends more money than you do. And Oakland was a bottom-tier team last year, and you were fighting for a playoff spot. So, although I know that Mariners just did extend Cal Raleigh, which they probably got the money to do from their new Nintendo patches on their jerseys, which they look alright.
Ball one's the count.
But I just find that a little sad.
0-2 is the count.
When you're this team trying to compete for the playoffs, now year in, year out, and you spend less money in the offseason than the team that finished
Now batting.
really low in just the entire MLB standings. Although, weirdly enough, the Mariners finished like a game out of a wild card spot, like the third pick in the draft this year. That's weird. That is really something, you know?
Now batting. Third baseman Connor Norby.
Also, I saw in this game, you can change your PA announcers. There's like 3 different choices. I don't know why that's an option, but like...
Hey! 0-1.
We'll guess fastball again. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's cool. I don't know
Hey!
why that's a thing. That was a little late there. I'm
No
telling
balls,
you.
2 strikes.
Although there is a little delay between my Xbox and the capture card through my PC. Oh, excuse me.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
But I guess I use guess pitch and I always guess fastball because
Nope. Outside.
Because I've always baseball, going back to the end of this again, I was always taught you always hit fastball and then react to the curveball or to the break off speed. Because if which I suppose, I never made high school or even the majors, and these guys are real life major leaguers in this game, but you know they sit different pitches, and you sit. Say you're waiting for a curveball inside,
0-1's the count.
they're gonna be late on that pitch. You're sitting curveball, they throw a fastball. You don't have time to react to the fastball. So
0-2.
I was always taught, you always sit dead
Ball
red,
back outside.
anticipating a fastball. And then once you pick up, which you gotta pick it up early, but once you pick up, not a fastball, then you react to the off-speed stuff. Because if you're sitting off speed, like I said, if you're sitting off speed and you're getting a fastball, you might not be able to react in time. At least that's what my
He's out.
hitting coach that I paid for told me.
Now batting,
When I was in
second
the
base hitter,
was
Connor
our
Norby.
local community college coach who made it all the way up to AAA. And my pitching coach was a minor league pitcher, but unfortunately, he never reached the big leagues though because of injury. But yeah, I did have my coaches. Maybe not super fancy ones like the rich kids got, but I got some. I had some. And the hitting coach, that's what he told me. You always want to sit fastball and then react to
Now
off-speed
batting,
stuff.
second baseman,
Because if you
Nick
get
Gonzalez.
caught looking off speed and you get caught with a fastball, you're never gonna hit it. I'm going back to the Mariners game I've been to. I've seen a lot of Yankees. I've been seen Oakland when they were Oakland a couple of times. I believe I've seen Kansas City in Seattle, and I think it was the year that I think it was 2015. I think it was the year they went on to win the World Series. I've seen Angels a couple times. I've seen Mike Trout live, which I've seen him hit a home run too. And man, Mike Trout is amazing. It was sadly during one of the years when Ohtani was on the team, but I think it was his first year he got
Leading
Tommy
off for the
John,
Marlins,
and he couldn't
right
even
fielder,
hit that
Jesus
year.
Sanchez.
So unfortunately, I did not get to see Ohtani, but I got to see Albert Pujols. In his later years, one of the, at least from my generation of growing up watching baseball, one of the greatest hitters of all time. For my specific generation growing up, I've seen Miguel
0-1.
Cabrera, who is another one of those, just one of the best hitters ever. I've seen Ichiro plenty of times. He is, in my opinion, just the greatest pure contact hitter ever, even better than Pete Rose. Which, by the way, rest in peace, Pete Rose. Also, Pete Rose, you belong
1 ball,
in the Hall. I'm
2
just saying.
strikes.
You do. You belong in the Hall. But also, you belong in the Hall, Pete Rose. Ichiro's is better. I'm sorry. I respect you. Absolutely 100% say you deserve to be in the Hall, Pete Rose. But
Now batting, designated hitter,
Ichiro is just better.
Martinez.
He's just a better hitter. Let's see, who else have been? I've seen the rookie years of like Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar, because I think they were the same year for the Yankees. I know.
Next for the
Yeah.
Marlins, first baseman,
Seen Aaron seen older Yankees teams. I've seen Jeter. I've been a part of the Seattle Blues of A-Rod.
Yeah! 0-1's the count.
I've seen Red Sox quite a few times. I've seen Big Papi hit a home run. I've watched one game. I mean, the Mariners came back to one, but the same game that Big Papi hit the home run. John Lester, through I think like 5 innings, was throwing a perfect game against the Mariners. He had some real awesome bright yellow cleats on. Even though
That's a
I'm not
ball.
a fan of yellow, they were pretty dope cleats. And I don't remember who else I've seen in Seattle. But I've seen that ball getting absolutely crushed by Joey Gallo. I've seen some all-time greats. I have seen some really great rookies in Seattle. Going to their games. Never gotten foul ball though. I got close once. In fact, I recorded the game because I knew it was sitting. I was on TV. Me and my cousin were trying to go for a foul ball that came near us.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Other than that, no foul balls.
He's out.
Oh yeah, the team that they were playing against were the Orioles, where I was on TV with my cousin. We got on TV for a split second. There was a guy in the stands who, and this was an afternoon game too. This was like a 1:10 in the afternoon game in Seattle we went to, which is like a 3-hour drive from where I live. So we had to be up real early to go to this game. But there was a guy who either he got drunk very quickly or he was kind of starting before the game. And through the entire game, bro was just like, "You effing suck, Trumbo. I'm glad you're not on our team anymore, Trumbo. You suck, Trumbo." Throughout the whole game. And it was just like, bro, there was enough. That's when he played for Baltimore. So I think Trumbo was up. That's gone. So I think Trumbo played for Seattle before he went to Baltimore. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna go to Baseball Reference. O'Neal Cruz transfer on the bases. Oh no, he played for Baltimore before Seattle. So that man was booing Trumbo, who then came over. No, never mind. I'm looking at it wrong. I forget. Baseball Reference does first year, then not. They do. Yeah, so yeah, he was on Seattle before Baltimore, so he was booing him. It was annoying. Then there was a lady, a drunk lady sitting behind us who was just one of the biggest C words I've ever seen. And the C word is coleslaw. Nothing else. But that was the game the Mariners won, and we were there to witness, I believe it was what, Seth Smith's first ever career grand slam. He had the bases loaded, and it was showing up on the screen. It's like Seth Smith, and that throughout his 10-year career has never hit a grand slam, and then he freaking hits a grand slam. His first career ever grand slam.
Three.
I've also been, I believe it was a Kansas City game where it was, and I think it was when the replay system was first coming around and they were doing a replay. And if this somehow gets out there and somehow, I don't remember the date.
Leading off.
I don't even remember I don't even know if it was against Kansas City. But if this somehow gets out there to John Boy Media, I know he used to do retro. I don't know if he does anymore. I mean, I still watch him, and I haven't seen one, but I know he used to do retro, at least on Facebook videos, used to do retro review challenges and be like, oh, no, they got this one wrong. There was one, and I think it was Kansas City, against Kansas City. The play was, it was a rundown. Willie Bloomquist was on Seattle. I think it was James Jones, their center fielder. I think he was number 99, was on the team too, because I remember my mom and my aunt were trying to make friends with him when we were sitting out in center field. But there was a replay review where it was a rundown, and the guy went diving back into first, and Willie Bloomquist tagged his foot, and the umpires called him safe. They say he didn't make contact, called him safe, and he got back to first base safely. And, Mariners challenge. And then they show us up on the big Jumbotron in Seattle, the play. And they zoom in where it clearly shows Willie Bloomquist's foot tagging the base runner, because I don't even remember who the base runner is, but tagging the base runner's foot, clear as day. And the umpires come back out, and they're like, no, yeah, he missed the tag, safe. And I thought the Alex Rodriguez boos were long and loud. Us as fans, we probably kept that boo for that replay call not being overturned going for like a good 15, 20 minutes. Very loudly. We were very upset at that call. No, we're fine.
He's safe.
It's very. And I know. Talking about a lot of stuff I've done in person. And so I know some of you are asking, well, you're a Red Sox fan. What did you think of the off-season moves they did this year? And I think they were pretty good. I, of course, absolutely love the Garrett Crochet trade. I just hope some of the prospects work out better for the White Sox this time around. Although Yohan Moncada wasn't bad per se. He had a couple of okay years. Specifically the juice ball year of 2019. But I hope they can, the prospects they got traded work out for them. I hope they could come back to a winning team, because they had a good thing going, and then look, he absolutely deserved, especially what he did when I saw him with the Cardinals.
I got one ball,
totally
one strike.
Deserved Hall of Fame Tony La Russa, but White Sox, that was arguably one of the dumbest decisions you could ever make at manager.
One ball,
have a
two
young,
strikes.
exciting team, and then bring in an old boomer to manage your team that is going to say, yeah, he fully expects his young rookie catcher, who is literally off to like one of the greatest starts to an MLB career in the history of baseball. And he hits a home run off a pitcher when they're winning like 18-5 or something like that. as an unwritten rule, and it's like, yeah, I totally expect the Twins to hit them, and you know, there's going to be no
1-0.
repercussion after that. It's like, shut up, bro. Shut up. And then they ruined his career. He doesn't really play anymore, man. It sucks. He was awesome. The White Sox were in such a good place, and then an old man came in and ruined it. And now, last year, they were the worst team in MLB history, and it just sucks. But I like the Crochet pick, and even though I despise the Astros for cheating, just in general.
Leading off for the Pirates.
I guess you can add
Joey
3. I don't like the
Bart.
Astros because they cheated, but I also do think Bregman is a good pickup because even though we kind of understand why he had some really good offensive years, and you know, 2019 was juicing ball,
0-1.
but he also was still pretty good because they had the Crawford boxes. Now, his home runs might go down a little bit, but he's got the Green Monster over there in left, which is just a taller version of the Crawford boxes in Houston, so we'll probably get more doubles, but that's a good pickup for the Red Sox. I do hope Trevor Story can turn it around for them. I hope he can stay healthy and get back to somewhat what he was in Colorado, because, you know, again, he's a right-hander hitter. He's got the Green Monster over there. But if not, I don't know how they're going to get off the money. But if Trevor Story starts to fall off, I do hope that they bring up Marcelo Meyer as soon as possible. I think he's going to be really good. I know they got Duran and Rafaela, who I hope they can find a position for, because I like Cedane Rafaela too. Willie Abreu is pretty okay too, but they need to find somewhere for Roman Anthony too, out there in the outfield.
Counts 1-0.
Red Sox, they got good prospects. You know, they got a little disappointed that, I mean, Connor Wong is okay at catcher, but I mean, I suppose they needed to get rid of a higher end prospect. Which, you know, I'm glad they kept Myers and
1 ball,
Anthony, but
2 strikes.
I'm a little sad they got rid of Kyle Teal. You know, like I said, I like Connor Wong, but that's about it at the Red Sox catcher's position. I don't even know who their backup is this year at the moment. But like I said, Connor Wong is good. I don't know who their backup is. I'm a little sad they got rid of Kyle Teal for Garrett Crochet. But out of the bigger three, him, Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, I'm glad they kept Meyer and Anthony. Okay,
Yeah.
But
0-1's the count.
I do also wish they made a couple more upgrades. Like, and I could just be staying healthy, but I have Garrett Crochet, but after that, pitching wise, it's a toss-up. I know they got Garrett Whitlock, but I think in this game right now they have him back as a reliever and not a starter. Tanner Houck is okay. He's pretty okay. I know they got Ryan Bayo, who I think is hurt for like the first month of the season. I hope he can come okay. I just wish they got a little more bullpen. I think they gotta roll this Chapman, who's okay enough in the bullpen, but I do wish for the Red Sox on the pitching side they got a little more pitching depth
0-1.
in the rotation and the bullpen. This is my personal opinion. Like, it's a great start, and you never know what they're gonna do at the deadline. Who's gonna be available? Like, I
0-2
talked
is the
about
count.
like one of the teams I was thinking for this series, the Cardinals. If they're not in it, which honestly I don't know if they're gonna be. I think the Cubs are better. I think the Brewers are just somehow always good, even though normally it's their pitching that's better than their offense, but I think last year their offense was actually better than their pitching. So I think they'll always find a way to be near the top of the division. I think the team we're playing right now, I think I've seen a lot of projections having them like 4th or 5th, and maybe because of their bullpen, yeah. But if O'Neal Cruz can pop off, if Ke'Bryan Hayes can at least be something. With the pitching that the Pittsburgh Pirates have, I don't know why people are sleeping on it. I think Pittsburgh. I don't know if they can make a wild card, but I see personally. I see Pittsburgh
No balls,
having a
2
better
strikes.
record than the Cardinals, and I think that makes them at least 3rd in the division. I didn't swing. But okay. Reds, I think, could be good too. They just need their pitching to kind of settle down because I think their offense is pretty good. Matt McClain can stay healthy. They have Ellie De La Cruz. If Novelli Marte can prove he's something without steroids, he's good. Tyler Stevenson had a pretty decent offensive year last year. It's catcher. So I think Reds in the Central could be better than the Cardinals. Anyway, when I get into the pointers, with the Red Sox, if the Cardinals are out of it, now I don't know who they give up. Maybe it's Abreu, a major league guy. Maybe it's like that. I don't want to say Cedric Rafael, but maybe. But if they're in a position where Roman Anthony comes up, Marcelo Myers up, and they have expendable outfielders, I could see them and the Cardinals being out of it. I could feel like, hey, there's a really good young major league guy, some prospects. Give us Sonny Gray. We're fighting for stuff. We're fighting for a wild card. Maybe a division, because I feel like the Yankees are good, but I don't know if they're going to be as good as last year with Garrett Cole going down with Tommy John surgery. But Cardinals, I think they're going to be out of it. I say Red Sox, if you can, go get Sonny Gray. Go get Sonny Gray to help that rotation. Or, because I know they're definitely going to be out of this year in real life,
Ball.
go get the guy who's pitching right now. Go get Sandy. Go get Sandy Alcantara. That'd be a pickup. Although, because they didn't get Corbin Burns, I could also see Sandy Alcantara going to Baltimore, who I think is going to be good, but because they're kind of missing that ace that Corbin Burns gave them, I could definitely see Orioles going after someone like Sandy too. Now, I don't know if I want to do that because they say they want to spend more, but they've been kind of cheap. They're probably hoping Kyle Bradish can have a bounce back ace type like year. They're probably hoping Grayson Rodriguez could take a step forward.
He made it safe.
Oh, alright.
The center fielder, O'Neill, blue.
Well, you know. I also see... I don't know, I see the Blue Jays having a fire sale
Ball one.
too. At least of their offense, because... And you hope Kevin Gossman can get back to his ace-like stuff. But you never know. Jose Barrios could have a year. But like,
He's out.
again, you never know. I think what holds the Blue Jays back could be their pitching, and they have a fire sale as well. I mean, they've kind of shown if they could get a trade, they will extend people. Like, I know they extended, I mean, Kyle Raleigh's a homegrown player, but the Mariners extended him. Extended Julio to a pretty big contract. They've, extended Luis
Ball one, no strike.
Castillo. Rowdy Tellez isn't working out, which I hope he does at least for the Mariners for a little bit. But he's not working out. Blue Jays are out of it. Mariners have got to go get. They gotta go get Vladdy. They need more thump in that lineup. So my call is they go get Vladdy. Man, back and forth Pittsburgh today. Or they just need to go. Mariners need to go do something this year. And I think if the Blue Jays are out of it, they go get Vladdy. I know Vladdy wants a big, huge extension. Which, you know, the Mariners are probably going to say, oh my god, no to that. But I think he's bluffing to the Blue Jays, Vladdy Jr.
Nope.
I know he says it'll take to make me stay, and I want to stay. But I don't think he wants to stay in Blue Jays. Like, don't get me wrong, it is a hitter-friendly park, but I don't know if he wants to stay in the Tampa Bay. Although, to be fair, I don't know if he would want to stay in Seattle. But if Seattle's doing good and they need, you know, some more boom shakalaka in the lineup for a half year, I'd go get him. But because they need to do something.
Up next for the Pirates.
There's Ryan Reynolds first hit against Sandy Alcantara. But the Mariners need to do something. They need to upgrade somewhere. I mean, they got the best pitching. I don't know. If I was the owner, I would have gone after Soto. Also, if I was the owner of the Mariners, I would also be like, hey, we heard our ballpark sucks to hit at. Let me go get the University of Washington scientists and whatnot. And dang it, bro! What is going on? I wanted to get Sandy through 7, but so look. Wait, what? Oh. Got a menu.
That's a ball.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, they need to do something. They need to add the offense. Because I am under the impression of, like, you can have
Got him on the
platoons,
tag.
but not at multiple positions, you know? Like, if you have a platoon at one position, like, I know they have platoon right now at third, probably DH, and maybe even second, even though Ryan Bliss does have the starting job for them right now. They might platoon at second with him, with Dylan Moore, which is not a good thing offensively. But I know that's the plan, and yeah, I don't think a winning, contending team should have platoons at 3 different positions. Like I said, one is okay. I even think first base might be a platoon position too. So that's what, DH, second, third, first. That's 4 positions that the Mariners are probably going to platoon. And it's supposed to be a winning, contending team. This is not should how it be. That's not how it should be. In my personal opinion. Like I said, 1, maybe 2 positions is okay. But 4? 4
Read it. Safe.
is crazy. So you have the best pitching staff in the league. You need to capitalize on it with offense. And I know a lot of the talk with shout out to the Mariner Mojo podcast. We talk about
1-0.
the Mariners went on saying, if they had bounce back years, even though Mitch Haniger is gone for the Mariners, which thank God he's gone. But I know they're like, if these guys just can't perform and have bounce back years, and yeah, they're right. If Julio can start off the season hot instead of waiting till like September or till like June, July, August, the warm months, then yeah, they're gonna be better. If Mitch Garver can have even like 70% of his 2023 season this year, yeah, that helps. If Jorge Polanco, after the surgery, can get back to what he was doing in Minnesota before the trade and after the steroid suspension, then yeah, the Mariners are better. If Victor Robles can continue what he was doing last year, if Randy Arozarena can, he had the 2020 season still, but if he can get his average up to what it is, like normally 250, 260, yeah, they're better. But as I believe, again, that is the Shout Out Mariner Mojo's podcast, banking on bounce back, that's what I'm trying to say, bounce back years from a bunch of players is not a recipe for success. And having a cheap owner also doesn't help. Which I don't think finished my thought, but if I was the owner, I would be like, hey, University of Washington, it's like a 15-20 minute drive away. Bring me some of your college players, bring me some of your whatever science is needed, and figure out the problem, find a solution. Like I know some batters say it's the batter's eye. Okay. Have college players bat, have them tell them what the problem is, and they can find some solutions for it. I know a big factor is the marine layer in the cold months of the year, like right now, this part of the season in March. Find a way to counteract that. See if there's a way to counteract that, to help the offense be better. But also, just get some better offensive players. Instead of waiting for bounce backs from everybody. What is this game? Another achievement. 25 ever as a team get 25 total places in a single game. Look at that. We've unlocked 2 achievements today. It's like I said earlier. The Mariners have spent less this offseason than the Athletics. It's not great. It's not great. Speaking of Pacific Northwest and stuff, I saw it was like a week or 2 ago on MLB
Number 44.
official thing and MLB Network's official profiles. They were like, here's a concept for an expansion team in Portland, Oregon. This is what their stadium could potentially look like. And I sit here and I'm like, yeah, much easier drive for me to Portland than to Seattle. But the concept was an open stadium with no roof, no retractable roof, no nothing, in the Pacific Northwest.
Hey!
It's not a good idea.
Hole one's the count.
It's not a good idea at all. I commented that too. I'm like, an open roof stadium in the Pacific Northwest? From the months of March to mid-June, you would have more rainouts than you would actual
No
games.
balls, 2 strikes.
Which, if you live up here in the Pacific Northwest like I do, I am telling the truth. I don't know whoever came up with that idea for the open roof stadium in Portland, but sir and or madam or non-binary person, go back to the drawing board. Like, as bad as it was, why do you think they had a dome in Tampa Bay? Because Florida, in the summer months, it rains, the community sucks. I've been there one time to go to Disney World, and
Leading off.
I remember
Right fielder.
we were, me, my mom, and my dad were used to West Coast time. And we would stay out in, the downtown Disney
Ball
and
one.
stuff. We're like, oh my God, it's 1 in the morning. Go back to the hotel, and it was still like 80 degrees out at 1 in the morning, or something like that. It was like 70, 80 degrees. Florida in the summer does not sound fun. If you live in Florida, please let me know in
That
the
ball's
comments.
foul.
Also, it's a little late. I'm trying to do it more at the beginning of the video. I'll do it in the middle of the game. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you're new. Share with people. Leave some comments. Specifically share, because like I said at the beginning of this, I gotta complete all 26 of the characters for the Roosters franchise. At least finish creating them, not finish the whole video and everything by Thursday. And then I have to do more work for that. So please share, because I'm grateful right now. I'm seeing the views. I wish some of you, I'm hoping more of you viewers will subscribe. My rebuilding challenge, I think, actually has the most views on the channel now, at almost 40. So thank you for that. I do thank you for that. But please subscribe. But please share and subscribe, because I am not saying I don't put work, into my videos, but for this, Roosters franchise thing I'm doing, it is the most work I've ever had to do. It is the most editing of things I've had to do, and I am editing. I'm gonna have to edit in styles and ways I have never ever edited before. So I'm putting a lot of work in this because I am dedicated to this. I'm enjoying this. I have talked to my therapist plenty about this because, you know, before in a sad place before therapy and now in a pretty good place, and you know, my therapist has said, hey man, if even if it's not making money right now, if you are enjoying doing the things you are doing, don't stop. And I am enjoying this, and I am enjoying this, but putting a lot of work, especially into the Roosters videos. So please, if you're watching, you've watched this far, and please like, please subscribe, because I'm partially giving up another home run. Jesus Christ. I'm partially putting all this work into the rebooting the Roosters, which I guess kind of spoiler alert. Doing the Roosters thing is partially for me, just to gain new skills, specifically in editing, and two, for you guys watching, because, you know, right now, yeah, I only have 5 subscribers, but that is not a great sign. But I'm hoping I'm putting all this work I am into this video that's going to be for the Roosters franchise. I hope people see it and they go, wow, man, this guy truly is dedicated, because I am. I am definitely very dedicated, and I hope that will come through and people go, man, this guy's dedicated. Just a guy. Because, like I said, I'm doing it partially for me to learn new skills, and I'm partially doing it for you guys watching, so you can see how truly serious and into this I am, and how hard I'm going to try to do it. Even though so far the only real videos I made on my channel are baseball related, they're going to continue. But I do hope to add other games.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Like on my PS2, my PS5, my Xbox. Which I know some of these games I could probably stream. Like right now, my goal for this year, streaming wise, on my Twitch is to try to beat Demon Souls, all 3 Dark Souls, and Bloodborne and Elden Ring, and all their subsequent DLCs on stream. I don't know why I'm punishing myself like that, but that's kind of my goal I want to do this year. Well, I mean, there's going to be other games, but there's some games I want to play, but I don't know if I want to stream, which then maybe I might, you know, I could make them videos if you want to see. Like, I have started and stopped playing Ghost of Tsushima like 2 or 3 times, and I do really want to play it and beat it before the next game comes out. But I don't know if I want to stream it. So if you'd like to see me do like a let's play of that on here, let me know. That's a game I've yet to beat. I've got game I got for like $5 brand new at Walmart because it was on the clearance aisle for some reason. I have Deathloop on the PS5. I've heard that game's really good. I haven't touched it once. I could do a playthrough of that on here. I also got, because I still use GameStop, they were having like a deal. It's like buy 2 used games, get 1 free. So I also have, I think it came out, I think it came out early this year or late last year. I got Rise of Ronin. I think it was this year. 2 that I haven't touched yet. So, you know, I've got that. I could do a let's play on that instead of streaming it. I could do... There's plenty of Xbox games that I have bought and have yet to touch. Like, I...
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Haven't even come close to beating Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which I'm an enjoyer of Borderlands. Then Borderlands 4 is coming out, and I I just downloaded, just came out the other day on Game Pass, Adamfall. I was thinking about streaming it, but I could do a playthrough of that as well. Stalker 2 I have not played, and it's on Game Pass. I have some ideas for another potential like a series, but it would be with Bethesda games like Skyrim, Fallout, and even Starfield. It would be like a continuation. I have an idea of that. I could do like a pilot. I want to do a pilot episode anyway, just to throw feelers out. But I think it would be a fun series to do. It would be a little different. It would be gameplay-esque, but it would also be kind of like... I'll just tell you. So the series I have in mind is I kind of make an old guy, right? And I voice act. I do like an old man voice, and then I act as if I'm talking to the person, even though you would see my choices of what I say. But I would be like, what do you mean, youngin? Like that. And basically, I would start in Skyrim, old man Dragonborn, and then at a certain point, because of a certain thing, it would switch over to all of a sudden, boom, I'm in Fallout, and then something happens, boom, I'm in
0-1.
Starfield. Or, I start wherever I want to start and go through the worlds. But that's kind of the idea.
Ball upstairs.
It's an idea I have ideas. But like I said, plenty of Xbox games I haven't played. I can do, series on. I can do funny moments too. I know I gotta put out more NFL. I have a couple of videos recorded. Like me and my cousin recorded 3 on the day we released the first one. I just gotta release them, go through and edit them and release them. But I was more focused on MLB at the time because at the time I was just trying to get through because I didn't know that I couldn't have forward progression. So I was kind of working more on that, but I can do more Madden. With my cousin, I can do kind of funny game moments with Xbox stuff. Like, we're really big Dragon Ball fans, and Dragon Ball Sparking is amazing. We can do random fights on there if you want to see that from us, or we just select random fighters and then fight. Other games that we have, I know that we can do some funny moments on. It's gonna sound weird, but I do have some videos left of the Roosters franchise from MLB The Show 24 that weren't uploaded in time, and with what I'm doing with the whole Rooster series now, I don't know if I want to upload them. If you want me to upload them, let me know in the comments. I will. But if not, I was probably going to delete them. And then I was, weirdly, because it's on Game Pass, I was thinking of doing re-downloading Call of Duty just to try out Verdansk again, because it's been a while. And I know me and my cousin and maybe some friends, we could maybe do funny stuff on that. We like to talk crap to people online, on Call of Duty.
Aye.
We can do that. We can do funny.
Oh,
Now, we don't play Search and Destroy like a lot of the Call of Duty content, YouTubers and stuff, but we still can make funny content, I think. Maybe. I can do that. So just, let me know. I can do a whole little short video, be like, hey, here's some games I own that aren't installed, or games I have installed that I'm like, I haven't touched yet. Like, one I can think of right now is Tale of Arise. I played a little bit of it, and then I upgraded to a Series X, and then since then, like, I played maybe 30 minutes of Tales of Arise, and then I stopped because I was upgrading to a Series X, and then I have not touched it since, because when I bought it, it came with both the Series S and the Xbox One version. And I haven't really touched it since then, So if you want to see me do that, I can do that. And I can make a little video showing games like I just said, that I have but don't have installed, or have installed but just haven't touched, and be like, hey, if you just do a little video and be like, hey, if you see a game here that you want to see me play, like for like a let's play on the channel, let me know, because I'll do it, because I like streaming, but I know sometimes streaming games isn't, because when it comes to streaming, I know a lot of streamers, you want to get big, you play the multiplayer games, or you play the games that like come out straight off the, like straight out, and you know, I don't have money to be able to buy every new game every time, unless it comes to Game Pass, when I have Game Pass, but you know, I don't have the luxury of being able to be like, ooh, God of War's coming out again this year. I probably won't be able to afford it when it comes out immediately. Maybe, but probably not. So, having Let's Plays, I can play maybe the games I want
Ball
to,
one, no strikes.
and I don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm not getting views on stream because it's not the new hot game. I can be like, hey, I've never played this game before. Watch me play. So just let me know in the comments about everything I've just said. I don't even remember what I fully said. Hopefully you do. Just let me know what you want to see from the channel, because I'm enjoying baseball. I'm enjoying making the baseball content. But I've said before, but I want to do other games. I want to do other games. I want to do other forms of content too on here. You know? I have some stuff, like I don't have enough people around to help me, but I have some stuff where I want to do kind of like live skits as well. You know, I have some costume things I can do skits with that I want to do. But I also want to do on TikTok. My first TikTok got banned for some reason. I had to make a second one, and I don't really have... I mean, I have one video on my new TikTok. But, yeah, I don't know. I have not changed what I do on TikTok, and this one's fine, but the other one apparently wasn't. I'm just liking things and sharing funny TikToks with my cousin and friends apparently will get you banned off TikTok. Just so you're aware. But yeah, let me know of all of some of those ideas I want to talk about in the comments. Let me know. Just let me know. Let me know what you want to see. Start out with a nice bunt there. You know, me and my friends talking about a podcast, making a podcast, and I feel like for me today, this was very podcasty video. It's a very kind of podcasty episode. Which again, let me know if you like that too. Like I said, I will. Like I said, this is not going to be like the format every time for these videos. I might change it around. In fact, as much as I like potentially talking, let me know my thoughts and stuff about the channel. I was thinking about maybe next video, which I'm not going to record after this. I'm going to go play some games with my friends and stuff. But after the next video of this series, I might talk a little at the beginning, a little at the end, but I might just go quiet and just kind of have the gameplay noise, just because, you know, as much as I enjoy watching YouTube videos of people talking and stuff like this, kind of like I've been in a podcast way, I also do sometimes just like quiet gameplay, like if I need to clean, you know, clean or do something. I can just kind of throw something on. And, you know, it's baseball. It's got baseball sounds. And it's like, oh, I'm watching a baseball game. But it's a YouTuber I want to support. And he's just letting the game play. Speak for itself. And then, you know, I'll do a commentary video. And then I might, for another one, I might bring in one of my friends. Just to kind of talk with them. You know, like, hey, you know, what's baseball mean? Like, I guess kind of podcasty again. Like, you know, like, what does baseball mean to you and stuff. So, you know, I want to experiment around a little bit in terms of
That's a ball.
what to do during
1 ball, 2
this
strikes,
section
Miguel.
we're doing right now. That is called gameplay, where you see the actual game be played. And then hopefully, you know, we can get your guys' comments down there in the comment section. We'll do a little video after where it'll be like, what format do you like the best? And then I'll kind of stick with that. Just my personal opinion, even though I've enjoyed talking to myself, at least in terms of over the game. I mean, I guess I'm talking to you guys, but really right now I'm talking to myself to talk to you guys when the video is out. But I think I would enjoy if I get a friend on to talk and just kind of like talk. You know, another achievement. Play the game of at least 9 innings without your team committing an error. Hey, I guess that Xavier Edwards one didn't count as an error. But yeah, that's the one I think I will enjoy the best personally. But it's you guys. I'm making the content for you guys watching the videos, and I want you to have the version of this series and video that you want, the one that you like the best. So at the end of the day, I'm making this for you guys, and you're the ones who need to enjoy it. So, you know, if you choose different than me, that's the one I'll go with, because I want to make the content that you guys enjoy the most. What a game, though. Just like, what a game. Hey, what a game. Back and forth, back and forth. I think, I mean, because they're in our division. Ooh, Seattle, all the way down here. Yeah, let's sim to Seattle. That'll be our next game. Red Sox are already offered me Masataka Yoshida for Joey Gallo. You know, even though he's worth a lot and he doesn't have as much pop, if he could play first base, I'd do this trade, actually. I like Masataka Yoshida. But we're not going to do that. Oh, right. Scouting. What number pick do we have? I don't even remember what pick we have this year. I kind of know how it works. Okay. So you are best at position players. Okay. Avi. I'm sorry. But so position players, we need. You're 93 on pitches, but 95 efficiency. AV Coy, I'm sorry, but we are going to hire Danny Franks. As we... Oh, what does our coaching staff look like, too? Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. Is there a better manager we can hire? Oh, yeah. We lose 2 stamina, but we gain durability, black and white. You know what, Luis? Welcome to our new manager. We're fine ours. Yep. Hitting coach. Okay. Oh, boom. Right there. All pluses. Is it showing me all pluses? Pitching coach. Ugh. Icky. Hey, you know what? We lose 2 stamina from our manager, but we gain 3 from Kenny Levy, so it's a net positive, actually. We get +1. First base coach. We'll look. Oh, yep, yep. Third base coach. Yep. Oh, yep. We're just gonna hire all the good ones. Do we need a better farm director? Not really, no. Okay. So do they mess up my... Okay, scouting. Priority 1. We do need position players. So we're gonna scout... What are you? What does it say your position? Oh, your first base? We have the 7th overall pick. We're one of the worst teams last year in real life, and the Mariners have a better pick than us. Okay. We do need a first base. You're probably going number 1. But we're going to throw you on the board anyway, because you never know. Don't need pitch. Oh. We'll go third base. You will scout. Okay. Do I have it? I forgot. Do I have it? Oh, I do. Should have used that. Forgot about that. Okay. Next, we sit through. Give me Haven. Smith for JD. You know, wow, technically, yes. No. We're looking for young. A little younger. So fielding-wise, this guy looks really good. And he can play first. Ooh, for a first baseman, this guy does not have great power potential. Stamina here looks good. Strikeouts per 9 a little low. Reaction speed, stealing, that's fine. Fielding, though, as a pitcher, looks god-awful. Other than that, this guy looks pretty okay. This guy's power also right now is looking a little low. Go back to scouting. This guy's around our mark. basement again. And normally I like a 5-pitch mix, but this man's mustache. So I gotta do it. So we're gonna be Jose Altuve for Jesus Sanchez, who having a great start to the year. Jose Altuve? That's a bad trade for you, Houston. You need a second baseman, just play Altuve there. It's a bad trade for us because we take on a lot of money and he's already getting worse. So we're actually 12 and 13. We saw Sandy. We got Edward. Or we got Ryan Weathers versus Brian Blue. I want to do. Oh, then I want to do that. Yeah, I want to go against Roki. We'll do Ryan Weathers, which will give us one more scout day. So let's go to around the 42 mark. And he's a little higher. He's at 36, but you never know. See if there's any updates. They still got Lawrence Butler here. That's crazy. No early signs looking New York, Texas, San Diego. But the we're better than the Mets right now? Nationals, also surprising. Braves, Phillies. Our universe right now, though. Game universe. Cubs, Reds are at the bottom. Brewers, Pirates at the top. See, I mean, I told you. I mean, in game, the game knows. Pirates. Good. Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies. Red Sox, though, in game, doing pretty good. Rays, Orioles, Blue Jays, Yankees are in last. Twins, Guardians, Tigers, Royals, White Sox. Wow, that's surprising to see these two down there. Not there, though. Then we got the Angels, who, you know, I thought about as well, but trading away Mike Trout would get us such good things back. Makes it so much easier. The Mariners, Athletics, Astros, Rangers. So you look it in, we're at about 27 games in. We're third right now. And that is okay. But we're going to end the video there. Again, I want to say thank you for watching. Like, subscribe with you're new, share, leave some comments about the stuff we talked about, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.